we are working on hip internal rotation, okay? This is a very common problem for people. It often is what limits our ability to get into a deep squat when we get some pinching and stuff in the hips, so we're working on that. Here's how you can kind of assess how well you're doing now, right? Simply put, you could lay on your back, bring your knee up to hip height, and then we're going to keep that knee right where it is, and we're going to rotate that foot outward, okay? That is internal rotation. We're not going to get anywhere near as much internal rotation as, boom, external rotation, but if you see zero movement whatsoever, that's a problem. We want to shoot for like a 15 to 20% degree, 15 to 20 degree angle is what we're trying to create, okay? So that's what we're going to improve on. We're going to set up our 90-90 position, okay? So we're creating a position where that front leg coming straight off the hip, 90 degree. My back leg straight out from the hip, 90 degree. So that my front shin and my back thigh are both parallel, and vice versa, these guys are parallel, okay? Now we're actually working on the back leg in this position. When we do the external rotation, we're thinking about the front leg. Now we're back here, okay? So after I set my position, what I'm going to do is I got my left leg back, so my left hand is going to come back behind me, and I'm actually going to work on as if I'm trying to bring that left hip down towards the floor, okay? So I'm going to allow myself to sit back, and I'm going to let that left hip start to fall back to the floor, okay? The rest of me stays down on the ground. We are going to stay here for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes as we just settle into this position, okay? You may begin to feel a little bit of tension in the kind of inside of the groin here, into the hip. You might feel a little something going on with the knee, okay? If you feel a little discomfort with the knee, I want you to just back out of it. Don't go too crazy, right? Pull yourself into it again. Don't force any position. Just release and breathe into it. My foot is relaxed. And we're hanging out here, okay? With every exhale, right, my core stays engaged. We're pulling our hip back towards the floor. We'll be here another 45 seconds to a minute. This can be a little bit of an awkward position, okay? If you feel a little discomfort in your low back, it's a good sign that you are keeping your hip here and you're only moving your back. That's not what I want. I want this hip to pull back towards the floor, okay? You should not have any real discomfort going on in that low back here. If you do, just take yourself out of the position. I'm going to be here about 30 seconds more. Then we're going to go into our presses to help increase range of motion and build that strength and capacity here. So the way we'll be doing it today is after we find that position, our knee stays in the ground, does not come off, and we're going to think about that foot, that instep now pressing through the floor like it's trying to swoop underneath the ground, underneath that knee, okay? Don't lift this knee, keep it pinned down, keep the stretch you created, and we're going to press through there. We're going to do 3 presses. The first one, just an easy 30%. Second one will be more like 40 to 50. Third one's going to be closer to that 60 to 70% power, okay? You should be in a good position now. We rested about 2 minutes hanging out here. So I want you to make sure your arms are supporting you so there's no movement in the rest of the body. My front leg's going to get a little pressure into the ground to stabilize me. And we're going to start driving that foot down into the floor. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Press that foot into the ground. The knee stays down. We're trying to scoop that foot down into the ground. That left hip is still staying back towards the floor for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take a breath as you relax. See if you can let that hip sink back a little bit more. And we're going to do it again. Okay, I'm going in 3, 2, 1. Press that foot through the ground. We got 10 seconds at about 50% power. We should feel you shaking a little bit. That front leg has you stable. Arms are stable. 2, 1, and release. We're going to do that one more time. Okay, get that stretch going. 3, 2, 1. Drive that foot through the ground like you're trying to scoop it under. Create that pressure, 60, 70% power. Press. 3, 2, 1, and release. Hang out there for a second. Okay. Now we got to press the save button. Okay? We're bringing ourselves back forward as if we were going into our hip external rotation stretch. Okay? Getting myself upright. My hip is now coming forward. My hands are going to come in front. And we're going to keep that knee down and we're going to pick that foot up off the ground. Okay? Can you see it picking it up off the ground? We're going to go for 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going to do that 2 more times. I'm just going to change my position so you can see a little better. Okay, boom. I'm getting a slight angle forward. You're going to pull that heel up off the ground with you. Get set and begin. Come forward. Pull that heel up. Hold it. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a little break. We'll go 1 more time. Make sure you're not sacrificing the rest of your position. Big breath. Core tension. Come forward. Pull. 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 You feel that hip waking up big time. Pull. 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 And release. And relax. Okay. That was the left side. All right. Give yourself a little check. Lay it back. Bring that knee up to about hip height. Boom. Rotate it out. See how much we improved. Okay. We're going to set it up on the right side now. Okay. So left leg is in front. Okay. Give me some, pause the video if you want to walk around a little bit and shake it out. I'm going right into it. Left leg's coming straight up and across. We're going to be working on the right leg now. So that's the one behind. Creating those parallel lines. Boom. 90-90, making it look nice. And then again, so now I'm going to bring my right hip back towards the floor as my hands come behind me. And we're going to settle here, okay? And feeling a little bit of stretch and discomfort possibly through the inner thigh into that hip, okay? If you feel that knee, I want you to come back out of it. Bring yourself back into it. Don't force the position, okay? We are bringing that hip to the floor. We're going to be here another 90 seconds. Feel the difference between the right and left side. Again, it's very common for us to have a tighter side and a looser side. But that doesn't mean this isn't good for you, because you might have the mobility, but you might not have the strength and the capacity to support it, which is what the part 2 and part 3 of these movements are all about. Okay? So it's very important to do both until you get to the point where you can confidently say you only have to do one side. We're going to be here 45 more seconds. At which time we'll do our presses. The knee stays down. The foot is trying to scoop underneath, coming across. I'm going to change my angle here. You guys just hang out there another 30 seconds more. Okay, boom. That's 90-90. Lounging back. Okay, constantly trying to bring that hip back to the floor more, as if I'm trying to get that right butt cheek to the floor. And we're going to get ready for our presses, okay? First one at 30% power. The knee stays down, the foot is driving down and underneath. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Keep tension in the front leg, keep tension in the belly, driving that foot down. That knee is staying down, keep pressing. Keep pressing and release. Okay. And we're going to do it again. Make sure you're not just pressing the toe or the heel. Try to be a little bit more even. Get set and begin. About 50% power this time, right? So good effort. Pressing that foot through the ground. You feel that outside of the hip kind of wake up a little bit. For 3, 2, 1, we got one more. Okay, seeing if you can get a little bit deeper with each stretch, pulling yourself into it. Okay, and last time, begin. 10 seconds at 50, 60, 70% effort, really driving that foot through the ground. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Hang out for a second. And we're gonna come forward, press that save button. Hands come in front of us now to help support us a little bit. Make sure that position is set, belly still braced, front leg is down, and we're going to pull that heel off the ground in 3, 2, 1. Pull it up. Feel that hip cramping up a little bit. Okay? Definitely a good spot to get that hip cramp. 3, 2, 1. Little release. And we're doing it again. Rock forward a little bit, get that heel lifted. Again, if you don't need the hands, make fists, show me that support. Keep going. Pull more. Release. One last time. Okay, good tension in the rest of the body from the grip to the core into that front leg and pull that back leg. Get it up high. Get it up high. Feel that glute. Try to get more. Give me more. 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. Come out of it nice and easy. Lay on your back. Give yourself that check. See how well you did. And it's probably real nice if you get up, get yourself into a little squat position. I bet you feel, boom, like you can get down there significantly better. A little bit deeper in the hips, your back staying a little flatter. Okay, this is going to make you feel really, really good. Okay? Enjoy it.